really that interim music. And as I got to learn more about the lyrics, where this came from, how it reflected the culture of the time, it became even more interesting to me.
Is you is or is you ain't my baby. The way you're acting lately makes me doubt. You is still my baby, baby. Seems my flame in your heart's done gone out. A man is just a creature who has always been strange. Just when you think you know for sure, he's gone and made a change. Is you is or is you ain't my baby. Maybe baby's found somebody new.
I was drawn to this kind of music actually when I was a little girl, and I heard a woman named Jane Vasey, who was this fantastic boogie-woogie barrelhouse sort of piano player. And I had just started piano lessons, and I thought, wow, I want to play like that. It had all this energy and rhythm, made you want to dance. So I kind of got drawn into that music.
Baby, baby, looks like it's gonna hell. I said, baby, baby, looks like it's gonna hell. You better come inside, I'll teach you how to jive and wail. You gotta jump jive, then you will. 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 You gotta jump jive, then you will away.
Diane herself is quite unique. There's very few women in this field, in the R&B field. It's not about the technique, it's about how you convey feeling and exuberance to an audience. This really allowed Diane to blossom into what her soul was telling her to express. But I tell you something, she's going to be not just a footnote, but a keynote in the rhythm and blues history.
Don't you feel my leg? Don't you feel my leg? 'Cause if you feel my leg, you're gonna feel my thigh. And if you feel my thigh, you're gonna go too high. So don't you feel my leg?
The seminal era when music broke off from blues to jazz to rock and roll is really captured in a lot of the stuff that Diane has chosen to record. And there's a real bridge there.
Jump comprises a collection of the songs that really reflect that great era in American music, this era that predicted rock and roll, influenced Elvis and Ray Charles, and even the Beatles and the Stones actually did a lot of these songs in their early years that come from this era. So it was a fun time in American music.
A bop today, oh what a girl. A bop today, oh what a girl. Boot out, booty, a bop today, oh what a girl. He caught a train, he met a real dame. She was a hipster and a gone dame. She was pretty from New York City. She trucked on down the old fair lane with a heave and a hoe, and he just couldn't let her go. Train kept rolling all night long. 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 With a heave and a hoe, and he just couldn't let her go. Yeah. Gates, it's never too late if ever she starts to stall. Man, call a hack and get to her shack, 'cause Jack, she's on the ball, yeah.
There aren't a lot of people actually doing this music today, and yet it's still relevant and interesting because a lot of these lyrical themes, they're universal and they don't really change over time. We're still talking about passion and love and, you know, the excitement of life, and it's very optimistic.
I got some gypsy woman giving me advice. Got some red hot tips. I gotta keep on ice. Got my mojo working, but it just don't work on you. I wanna love you so till I don't know what to do. Lord, this bitter earth can be so cold. Today you're young, too soon you're old. But while a voice within me cries, I know someone may answer my call. And this bitter earth may not be so bitter after all.